And then, okay, this is where we were guessing. Like I thought, so this is the accessory port, is my guess.
Yeah,
And
that's the
this,
12 volt.
okay, and I thought this was some kind of loop for like putting like cargo netting or something to retain stuff in the back from sliding around.
No,
Okay, what is that?
that's the cargo light.
Oh, okay, so that's the light.
That's the
Okay,
lamp, but we don't have it illuminated in this animation.
so there's one on the other side too, I imagine.
No, there's only a single one.
Okay, got it. Okay,
Yeah.
all right, so
But you'll
that makes
have the
sense.
ability, you'll have the ability to add a kind of accessory that
Uh-huh.
gives you much more, let's say, illuminated cargo
Uh-huh.
than what is delivered. But
Okay.
that's part of the flexibility that we're trying to, that we're in pursuit of and trying to design in. Like, yeah, we want to do all these things, but really we have to focus on the basics
Uh-huh.
and give people the opportunity to add these types of extra accessories that they want.
Okay. Now, I didn't notice it in the review, but now that you bring that up, I wonder, like, is there a dome light in the cockpit on the
In the
ceiling?
cockpit, there is 2 overhead lamps. Yes.
Okay, there are. And so those overhead lamps would also give some illumination to the back as well, because they're all connected.
They would, but not in any magical or any meaningful amount.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a lot. Okay. But this
Right.
makes sense because the wiring to the accessory port is here, so it's very easy to send a wire up to here.
Correct.
So
And it's close to the base speaker.
uh-huh.
And we had to make the call on, where do you put the accessory? And in the beginning, it's like it's split between it's accessible. It's not all the way at the aft, it's not all the way in the cabin, but this was kind of the best, let's say, neutral position.
Okay. Okay. Very good. Okay, then let's see. What was I saying
Oh,
about
there's the reverse lamp
right here?
below the camera.
Okay. So people were wondering if that was some kind of ultrasonic proximity sensor.
No, and we went through that exercise for sure. Like, what does it take to put ultrasonic sensors pretty much around the vehicle? And then we pair, that's one end, and then you go all the way to the other end. Like, okay, there's no ultrasonics. There's a ton of ultrasonics. Where do you really, really need them for this?
Okay.
But no, that is not an ultrasonic sensor. That is a very simple reverse indicator, which we're not required to do by law, but it's definitely something that Aptera needs to do and should do to inform the environment, like, hey, this vehicle is in reverse.
Right. And also, would this give enough illumination for this camera to work at night to like make sure you don't like bump into something?
Great question, but there's 2 parts to that. One is reverse indicators do not illuminate for you to see.
I see.
They really never have.
So it's not really illumination light, because
No.
some cars, when you put it in reverse, the light, it does like shine a light back there enough so the rear camera can see.
Okay, but that's the camera doing the heavy lifting.
Okay.
And we're at a point where the camera, regardless of the lighting condition, the camera compensates for all of the conditions, and it gives you a good or a reasonable amount of light and a reasonable picture on your screen to safely, reverse.
Okay. So the camera system in the Aptera should be able to give you enough vision so you don't hit like a wall or a tree or something when you're backing up at night.
Correct. And not only that, it'll have the guidelines like other reverse systems. And for sure, when the reverse lamp is on, it does not diminish the performance of the camera.
Okay.
We tested for that in the same way we've done that for the auxiliary brake lamp. In the center on the top of the vehicle. When the brake lamps are on, it does not diminish the performance of the rear vision camera.
Got it. All right. So here we go. Now we're gonna.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Another ad.
So many ads. Okay, so we're gonna go into the interior of it, which I think I can't remember if these were different from the Delta reveals, but it really looks great, I have to say.
Well, let me take the time while we're watching this ad that we have a kind of, how should I say, like push and pull. Like some of the stuff that we reveal is purely like, okay, this is what we want to do. This is a case where no, this is what we're doing. These files, all the animation files are coming directly from the CAD engineering files that have either been released to the supplier or have been deemed to be, okay, this is design and production intent, so it's given a part number and released. That's the level of fidelity we're talking about. So that door latch hook, that's the exact CAD that we're purchasing. Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, we in the design process involves, like, first you have to speculate what it's going to be, then you have to engineer for it, then you have to, you know, go through that process of the actual engineering and sourcing. And once you get to that, then it comes back around to, okay, give me the final CAD file that you're either making the tool from or the supplier's giving you, and we'll put that in our model, what we call the design master model. So that's what you know, most of this model is based around that.
Okay, so correct me if I'm wrong. I'm guessing things like this are kind of commodity parts. Like, you're not having this like custom made for the Aptera. You're like, there's plenty of these like door latches out there, and you're like, this is the one that's very close to the thing that we want, and then we're gonna kind of redesign around it to like make sure it works. Is that how it works?
Correct. And same with the latch mechanism, which lives inside the body right there.
Right there. Okay. All right. So going in here. Okay. So yeah, I was talking about this, and let me see, here we go. Yeah. So that was one of the things I really asked for, is like, hey, will this fit like really large water bottles? Because my family loves the giant water bottles, and they don't fit in like normal car things anymore. And then, is there something underneath here, or is this just covering up some stuff? Like, is this storage underneath here, or is it just covering up some stuff?
That is accessible storage.
Oh, that is storage.
Where you would put your phone. That is one kind of covered storage area. Yeah.
Okay, because the phone is sitting on top of it, and I'm guessing that's where you rest your phone, but there's also something inside here.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm talking about, and then there's you can see the little lights, the park reverse drive, those remain intact as kind of a backup physical button thing, right?
Correct. That's all our auxiliary drive mode select.
Okay. And this is, everyone's guessing this is windshield wiper fluid.
Yes, and everyone, including yourself, is correct.
Okay. All right. And then the other thing I was wondering is this little side vent. So these are the side vents usually to blow air to the window defroster thing, but in the render I couldn't tell where the output is on the door.
It doesn't actually connect. This is one thing you said, it connects through the door. It's designed to blow directly on the side window where you need it most.
Okay.
Which is to have visibility to the mirrors.
Okay.
Right.
I see. So this is a vent that just blows straight onto the window.
Correct.
Okay. So now that I look at it,
defrost vent.
Right. So it's gonna blow air like right into here.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, that makes sense. And someone asked about windshield wiper controls. I looked at the stock pretty carefully, and it did not look like it's on the stock.
The wiper, like the aim is to have a kind of emergency. I need to wipe right now. On the end of the stock.
Okay.
But the main control for the wiper would be on the center display.
Okay, so there is an access to like force it to wipe once or twice on the end. Is it the button, or do you know how it works?
I'm pretty sure it's the end of the stock.
Okay,
but I don't want to get too far ahead, because
okay. All right, and
we'll leave it at that. Yeah.
Okay, and then obviously this is something that Chris McCannon told us about, that the rear camera system here is now going to be integrated into Headliner, and this is made so that you can easily swap it out with like a comma AI system when it becomes available or something like that. And obviously it doesn't have to be on a stock, because you don't have to adjust it, because it's not a mirror, it's a screen.
Correct.
Okay, I guess these are the dome lights that you're talking about right here, these overhead lights.
Yeah, we have two dome lights. we used to call them map lights, but we don't have that function anymore, that need for
Sure.
that. So we could go back to just, ambient lights or reading lights.
Right.
There's also a physical button that is required for the hazards.
Okay. Okay.
So along with the auxiliary drive select, you'll have a physical button outside of the center screen that allows you to, control your hazard lamps.
Mm-hmm. Now the sun visor, it looks like a dark material. Now, is that because it's a mesh and you can kind of see through it, or
Correct.
it is? Okay, so that is a mesh system. All right.
Yeah, so it's a single pivot. We're looking for a lightweight frame, and then the mesh, which allows, or which gives the kind of sun blocking that you want, and then be able to fold out of the way when you don't need it.
Okay, and it doesn't swing out to the side, because it doesn't.
No.
Looking at the mechanism, it doesn't look like it would swing.
No, it doesn't.
Okay. All right, then I'm going to go switch over to the, okay, now we're going to the UI system.
I'm going to skip over the auxiliary door releases that
I know, I missed that. Yeah, I missed that.
You did.
I think people mentioned, I still don't see it. Where is it?
They're the orange handle down near the
this thing right here?
Ankle would be, yes.
Okay, so this is it.
Yes.
Let me see.
So like the hazard, like the auxiliary gear select, we have a responsibility to provide an auxiliary, internal door release mechanism.
Okay, so this is a mechanical release.
Correct.
Like it will work even if the power is gone on the car.
Absolutely.
Okay. That's one of the things people kind of worried about, and that'll put that issue to rest.
It's one of the things that was, first and foremost on the list from the beginning.
Yeah. Okay.